What is going on, everybody? We are back for year 2 of the Premier Madden League. Now, we took the hiatus in the off-season. We're coming back strong. What do we got? We got our draft. So it's going to be a draft recap. What we're going through, what I was looking for. Now, here's our class. And I think I did pretty well. 68 and above for everyone except for the 7th round pick. And even then, he was 65. But he'll probably be a practice squad player. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 guys who can contribute right from the start. But what I'm going to say now is that first round we went best player available. And then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round we filled needs. And then the rest of the draft we went best player available. Now what you can see is this draft was very corner heavy. There were a lot of very good corners. And that's good because we have a couple very old corners and we needed to replace some of them. So Trevon Diggs is going to be our starting outside corner opposite Darqueze Dennard. And that's going to be great. It'll be moving Will Jackson into the slot, which I'm okay with. Jackson is a good player. He's just not going to stand up to the Odell Beckham Jr.'s and the Antonio Browns and the Julio Joneses and those kind of players. So we needed to upgrade, and Diggs does that for us. Diggs is 6'2", 200, out of Alabama. He's 22 years old. 93 speed, 84 press. Is a man cover corner. We'll work on those coverage stats, but the raw talent is there, and that's what matters. Has 87 jumping as well, 65 tackling. Not afraid to put in a tackle. Good awareness, decent strength. He's not a hit power guy. He is, unfortunately, known for pass interference calls. That undisciplined penalty is kind of rough. But balanced out by the aggressive play ball. He's going to attack the ball, and he will be there with his 93 speed at 6'2" to go get it. Next up, we had John Simpson. John Simpson fills one of the massive holes in our offensive line. He is very much pass block oriented, so he will probably stay at left guard on the left-hand side there. We do most of our running to the right anyway, so that helps us out. He's a good guard. He does his job. He's the number 21 left guard as a rookie. So he's a starter as a rookie. Good injury. Unfortunately, again, undisciplined penalty tendency. Holding calls, gonna be unfortunate, but we are the Bengals. We gotta remember that. Now, this pick was interesting because in my head, this was originally going to be Jalen Hurts, and I got lucky that the Browns picked Jalen Hurts 5 or 6 picks before me, and he turned out to be a 62 overall. Bryce Perkins looks like a good quarterback. Now, his break sack is super low. His awareness is pretty low, which is what's going to dump on his scrambler and improviser stats, but also his strong arm and field general stats. The stats we need to look at right now, he has 95 throw power, 77 short, 82 medium, 73 deep, 80 under pressure, 76 throw on the run, and 73 play action, along with 84 speed and 95 injury. He's not going to get hurt. He's trigger happy, ideal forcing passes, which is good. You kind of hope that he gets oblivious to pressure, which is nice, but his throw under pressure is pretty high. Now, he's going to develop behind Andy Dalton, at least for the first half of the year, maybe. Depends on how the preseason goes. If the preseason goes out all right, then maybe we don't. Maybe we just start Bryce Perkins. The guy can do it. He's got the talent. It's just whether he can learn the playbook. Next up was Michael Pinkney. Pinkney, I think is how you say his name, out of Miami. Now, I picked him as the best linebacker available. Weren't many great linebackers on the board, but 83 speed, 82 excel, 83 pursuit. 76 play rec, 70 zone coverage, 94 injury. Has the strip ball trait, which is great. But he'll fill in. He will be our third, fourth, maybe linebacker, you know. So he'll be out there, but he's not going to be playing a pivotal role. Then the rest of the guys, you know, Darnay Holmes out of UCLA. He's a good slot corner, 91 speed, balanced man zone, good agility, which is great. His tackle's pretty low, but he's good for covering the smaller guys in the inside, which is nice. DeMarcus Acey out of Mizzou, 6'2", 22-year-old, 90 speed, 76 zone. He could develop into another outside corner. He's more of a zone type corner, which is good. You know, it'll balance out. It will balance out Mr. Diggs up here, who's a man corner. But I might end up trading him away if I can develop him, because I do run mostly zone, but I do like to play a lot of man, and if he can't do it, it's going to be hard. Right? Neville Clark. I almost said Neville. Neville Clark is going to be practice squad guy. I'll say it that way. 88 speed, just not fast enough. You know, he's got decent man coverage, but yeah, I don't see him playing meaningful minutes unless there's an injury out of UCF. But yeah, those are our guys. We can come take a look at some of the bigger players. You know, if we sort by, so the first pick was Chase Young, which I think we all kind of knew was coming. But Grant Delpit was the highest rated player in the draft, followed by Laviska Shenault Jr. from Colorado. This guy looks really good. Steelers got himself a receiver. Now, I got myself a corner. Just saying, this could probably work out. You know, this will be a matchup. Diggs versus Shenault. I think this is something we're going to have to pay attention to. He also got a great tight end in Calcaterra, I think is how you say his name, out of Oklahoma. Great speed. 86 speed for a tight end there is primo. Short route running is good. Medium route running is good. His spec catch, I don't see his spec catch, but he does have the aggressive catch trait. So, you know, not the greatest blocker, but he'll get better. So, two guys to really watch out for in Pittsburgh. There's Jerry Jeudy. He went 5th overall. You know, he's a good player. You know, 21 years old, 6'1", 76 overall, 93 speed, 85 catching. Needs to run some routes deeper down the field, but you know, that's great. He's paying a lot of money for him, though, so we'll see if he turns into something. Bryce Hall was actually close to the top of my draft board. He's kind of Diggs, but a little smaller, a little slower, but a little more refined on the back end. You know, he's got a little bit better coverage stats, but he doesn't play the ball as hard, you know, and also commits pass interference. So I think we did all right here. You know, we got a corner who's another inch taller. He's another point speed faster. He's got much better press. So press man from Diggs is going to be great. There's Tua. You know, I debated trading up for Tua. I'm glad I didn't. He looks good. Don't get me wrong. He looks good. But 75 speed, I'm dealing with that right now. And I need a guy who can move. Let me see if I can find Jalen Hurts here. So, there's Jalen Hurts, 62 overall. His rating hurts right now. 87 throw power, 76 short, 76 medium, 87 speed. So he's got the 87 speed, which is great. You know, he could work, right? He's not going to be a bad quarterback per se, but his awareness is already up at 71 and he's 62 overall, right? So if we look at, not the Broncos. If we look at, if we look at Perkins here, he's 69 overall, with his awareness being all the way down at 63 and his break sack being at 49. And those play super high into what their overalls are going to be, especially for those archetypes. Like, that 61 break sack, 71 overall is really kind of boosting it. So he's even worse than his overall states, which is unfortunate for the Browns. Browns had a decent draft. You know, Andrew Thomas, the right tackle, great pick. And then Raekwon Davis is a good defensive tackle. But the rest of the draft, I mean, Akers, good speed back. You know, 73 break tackles, a little low. His elusiveness is only 69. Decent juke move. But the problem there is going to be whether he can use that juke. I mean, he is a second back, so he doesn't really need to be high up there. Jalen Hawkins is too slow. Wanham, he's average. He's a run stop. He's a power rusher defensive end with 78 power move. Good for a 7th round pick, I guess. Ahmed's pretty quick. Hudson is not great. And then there's Hurts. So we can look at the Ravens here, the other draft class for the division. Decent, you know, good linebacker in Dylan Moses there. And then I was actually going to take this center in the 2nd round and move him to guard. But obviously he got picked 8 picks before I could get there. So didn't get him, but the rest of the draft is pretty good. Pretty good there from the Ravens. Not bad at all. This corner, Dantzler, looks pretty good. 69 overall, 92 speed, 75 man. That's pretty good for a 4th round pick. And then Steelers, we saw here, 77, 76, 71. I think they had the best draft class of the division for sure. And that's without a 3rd round pick. They picked up Tyler Johnson in the 4th. Not high on speed though, you know, 89, 86, 88. I mean, 86 is pretty high for a tight end, but these 2 wide receivers are not speed freaks. And with Tyler Johnson, you know, he's 6'2", 205, and obviously Chanel Jr. is 6'2", 220. So they're big boys, but if we can lock them down with our corners, I think we'll be all right. But yeah, that is our draft recap to kick off year 2 of the Premier Madden League. I hope you guys enjoy it, and stick around and watch these guys progress through the year and see how we do. I'll talk to y'all later.